Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. So what I got for you guys today is the second challenge of the Phantom Flow event, the Sphere Way to Heaven. I'm going to be going over the challenge, showing you the extreme variant of the challenge, and then also the challenger variant. Reason I'm going to change it up a bit is because you actually can just jump straight to the extreme difficulty and it will skip easy or normal and hard rather. I'm going to do this because all that these first three difficulties are just really just level up increases and HP increases for the enemies, no real change in mobs or difficulty. So that's why I'm just going to show you guys the extreme and then the challenger, and then that will be the whole guide video. So let's get into the first one, which is the extreme challenge for the Sphere Way to Heaven. So jumping into it here, we've got the team composition consisting of Yanfei, Zhongli, Bennett, and Sayu. Reason I'm using this instead of any 5-star characters because I want this build to be a lot more free-to-play, player-friendly. It's a higher chance that you'll have Yanfei, Bennett, and Sayu than you would have something like Ayaka and Xiao, so I'm not going to be using those. I will say that for the last one, the challenger difficulty, my team does struggle and we get pretty close to the time, but I still did get it. Unlike the first one where I did fail the last challenge, on this one I do get the final challenge. But again, I'll say this, don't be too discouraged if you can't get that final challenge. All you are getting is about 4 Mystic Ore enhancements, so it's not too important. So after you're done with your character customization and team composition, you're going to jump into the event here and you're going to see the challenge that is, during this challenge, characters affected by Electro or carrying an Electrogranum, when they activate one of the Thunder Spheres, which is the things that make you go into the air, the little tethers, you'll gain 1000 attack for 30 seconds, and after activating 3 spheres, the next plunging attack will unleash a shockwave dealing damage to all opponents in the stage. This bit of damage, the plunging attack dealing the massive shockwave attack to all enemies, is going to be the biggest contributor to your damage in this. My biggest advice is to utilize it 100% of the time. Anytime you see it available, use it. But with that out of the way, we're going to be jumping straight into the extreme one here, and I'll leave you guys with a little time lapse of it. And that is the extreme difficulty of the Sphere Way to Heaven. You guys probably did notice there that I was jumping up in the air and using that big slam quite a lot. And the reason I recommend you guys use that as much as you can is because it does room-wide damage. You don't actually even have to hit an enemy with it. You just have to do the actual attack and it will hit everything in the room for a large amount of damage, because it says deal damage to all opponents in the stage. That is why I recommend you guys do that or use that ability 100% of the time. But now we're going to jump into the Okuden, or the challenger difficulty of the Sphere to Heaven, which changes a few of the enemies to a Mirror Maiden and some treasure hoarders. So let's jump into it. Before I actually jump into the time lapse, I thought I'd just say what I'm thinking during this actual challenge here, seeing as it's the most difficult challenge for this specific arena or set of mobs. But as I'm going into this one, I'm thinking I need to kill 2 Shrine Maidens because that is one of the prerequisites of completing this. And that's going to be a bit difficult because the Shrine Maidens are very much known for having way too much HP. And so this one is even a 95 level one. So that's substantially higher than the world level that I'm in, which is 55, or world level 8, which is at 55. And so I'm thinking here, I'm going to have to funnel a lot of damage into the Shrine Maiden if I'm going to get 2 of them down in about 3 minutes. So that's pretty much what you're going to have to focus on if you're doing this as a person who doesn't have extreme damage, is you're going to have to really funnel your damage into the Shrine Maidens and then hope that you do a lot of AoE to kill a lot of the adds around him, or her rather, to get those 20 opponents in total done. But also throughout this, you need to make sure you don't die, because that will also result in a fail. there is the challenger difficulty of the Sphere Way to Heaven. That one was a bit more difficult, and we got down to the timer where it was in the red. I think we had about 10 seconds or so left to get that last guy down, and we actually did get it. Now, I will say this again, I have said this a few times now, but don't be too discouraged if you aren't able to get that final challenge. That one has been made for the higher echelon of players who actually have a supreme build, have extremely high damage, and can get those characters down super fast. I wasn't able to get the challenger difficulty for the first one, the Electro Grandest Triumph, but I was able to get it to this one, just barely though. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video and if it was helpful, hit that like button and also consider subscribing. Have an amazing day and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.